There's been a lot of buzz recently suggesting that the Ligera Pro is actually softer and offers a better fit than the top-tier Maestro Elite. I was hesitant to pull the trigger because only the FG version was available, but as soon as the TF model dropped, I had to pick it up. My first impressions, it honestly blows the Maestro Elite out of the water. I'm incredibly hyped to put these to the test in my match this week. The tech leather upper provides a nice dampened sensation. Compared to the Elite, the finish is smoother, maybe a bit less grippy and slightly more waxy, but it feels remarkably similar to the pliability of the Puma King 20. Versus the previous Tiempo 10 Pro TF, the folding on the upper is much more natural and uniform, mimicking real leather much better. Even against the god-tier K-leather of the Morelia Sella Japan, the Ligera holds its own, making it hard to pick a winner between the two. You get a floating tongue with added padding to prevent lace bites, which is a nice touch. The heel features a suede material, while the internal liner is your standard nylon mesh found in most leather boots. For the insole, it's got decent thickness, similar to the Vapor 16 Pro TF. The midsole is interesting. It uses React X foam like the Phantom 6 Pro TF. However, it doesn't have that exposed, super plush sensation on the Phantom 6 or the previous model. It feels tuned for more responsiveness, almost like Adidas's Light Strike foam. And I'll need more game time to give you a final verdict on this. The outsole features a dense pattern of diamond and split lightning shaped studs. You have to give it to Nike. They're constantly innovating their traction patterns. On this scale, a size 265mm weighs in at 269.3 grams. It's lighter than the Phantom 6 but heavier than the Vapor 16, Morelia Sella Japan, and the previous generation. In hand, it doesn't necessarily feel lightweight like the Sella Japan. The fit out of the box absolutely caught me off guard. Maybe my expectations were low after the slight disappointment with the Elite, but this feels incredibly soft and pliable, almost like a pair that's already broken in. There are zero restrictions when moving my toes inside the boot. While the Tiempo 10 Pro TF was comfortable once stretched, the Ligera feels more flexible from the get-go and wraps around the foot more pleasantly. If the Vapor 16 is skin-tight lockdown and the Phantom 6 is unrestricted freedom, the Ligera sits in the middle. Compared to the Morelia Sella Japan, the Morelia still feels a bit thinner and more breathable, but the Ligera is right up there. For reference, my feet measure 98mm in width and 262mm in length. I went with my usual 265mm, US 8.5, and I have about a quarter to half a thumbnail's width of space at the toe. Even with my slightly wider left foot, it felt comfortable immediately, unlike the Elite which pinched my pinky toe aggressively. The Ligera is much more accommodating in the forefoot. Since the upper is pliable, I think the wide-footed players will enjoy these after a short break-in period. Plus, the floating tongue makes it easy for players with high insteps to put them on. In conclusion, the Tiempo Ligera Pro TF feels quite different from the Elite model, and in my opinion, it showcases the benefits of tech leather. I'll be testing these alongside with the Mizuno Alpha 3 throughout February, so stay tuned for the full playtest review.